Hey y'all, it's Diane with Shawcraft One and my old barn door, and I am back with the flip through of the rest of these journals. So here's the other 3 journals that we're going to flip through. So we'll start with this one, and we're going to flip quickly because I ran my mouth too much in the last one. So this is the same measurement as the other ones, which is 8 3/4 by 7 3/4. So no, 9 by 7 3/4. Has the beautiful vintage doily on the spine. It's hardcover with fabric cover. Again, you have the vintage wallpaper on the inside covers. So we're going to flip quickly. You have a beautiful belly band here, and then this is just a fold out journal page. This is actually from one of my digitals. I think this is from my collage digital in my shop. This little booklet is stuffed. Journaling card and journaling pages. Trying to make sure I'm in frame here. Have the little bird nest on the tab there. Beautiful bird pocket here. You have a ticket that I just kind of made a little tag out of. Sweet little card, and then another tag there for journaling. Beautiful envelope, and it has goodies in there for you. This is another pretty envelope with a goodie in there. Painty papers. Children's bird book page with washi. This is another one of the painted papers that my sweet friend Debbie Long sent me. This was from a children's insect book, and it flips open. Again, lots of sewing in this journal, lots of stamping, lots of stenciling, and lots of goodies on all the pages. This is a little pocket here, and I just put you some little tickets in there to play with. Some decorative stitching there. So that's a pocket in behind. This is one of those vintage greeting cards, and I just stenciled on the outside of the envelope. Music paper, laces. This is a vintage children's book page, very matte. Got the stamps stitched there. This is a coffee filter pocket with goodies tucked in the front pocket, the top pocket, and then the back pocket. I have a little butterfly button dangle there. And this is from my pink gratitude journal digital. Okay, this is one of the little pockets that I made out of the Monopoly money. So I just made a little pocket out of it and decorated it at the bottom. And you have this cute little second-hand shop poem that is just adorable. Little fairy card tucked in there. And then one tucked in there. This is a belly band, and it has a fairy tag there, and then one of my scripture cards tucked in the bottom. Beautiful envelope here. It's got the cluster for the closure, and then it's got goodies, lots of sweet little vintage goodies tucked in there for you, and some pretty vellum printed paper. Pocket here. This is one of my handmade paper tags tucked in there, and then this is one of those little journaling cards that we made on video together. Belly band here. This was from a Ideals magazine. One of my scripture cards, and then one of the mixed media tag that I made with a little fairy on there. Painty papers, a children's book page, I love these pages here, and I love the birdhouse pages. There's a fabric flip there. This is a pocket, and it has a scripture card and a couple of fairy journal card, a fairy tag, and a handmade paper tag. Trying to flip quickly so we can have everything in the same video. You have a fairy journaling card there underneath the belly band, and this is one of those pockets that I made, and you have that beautiful tag there, and then one of those journaling cards that we made. I think we made that one on video, we might not have. And then another one. Pretty little button there with some lace on the edge of that page. Another one of these envelopes with goodies tucked in. I put some more of those hole reinforcers for you to use, and I put you some extra of that money in there, and there's other goodies in there too, but I'm not going to pull them all out. This is one of the original book pages. Cluster, or one of my collage pockets. And this is vintage stationery, little fairy tag, scripture card, and a fairy journal card. Just about every page in this journal has something on it. You have some little dangles at the bottoms of some of the pages. This is another one of those vintage greeting cards. You have a pocket in the back, and then the greeting card here tucked in. This was a greeting card, and I just thought it was so pretty. A little cluster there with a journaling card tucked in, or actually a scripture card. Little butterfly there on that lace tab. This is a little greeting card. I love the colors in that. This is a vintage children's book page with, you know, the matte, so you can do mixed media. It's a good thick page. This one you have the stamps, and then plain card pocket there with a fairy tag in there. Page tab with a button there, and that's the back side. Here's another one of the original book pages from the book. A little pocket here with a couple of goodies in there for you. Some journaling cards, scripture card. This is one of those fold over pockets that we made together on video. That's handmade, some of my handmade paper. So this folds open for extra journaling, and it is absolutely stuffed with all kinds of goodies in here for you in each pocket. Whoops. So you've got a couple of tags, some vintage playing cards. How cute is he? Little puppy. So that just it opens up, and you slide it on, and then you just add that large size paper clip. Vintage gardening page with a vintage playing card with flowers. This is another page from my Ideals magazine cover. And that fairy border and that pretty vintage wallpaper border. Have a sweet little ruffle down here. This is a fabric flip, and this is feed sack fabric with lots of lace. Pretty little envelope here, and I've got it tucked into a cluster there with some extra little journaling goodies down in there for you. And then I've altered the front of the envelope. This is a tip-in. Little tuck there with a journaling card. And again, I just went all out on the sewing on these and the decorations on these. They are very, very decorated. Dick and Jane page, and I love the little flowers. That flips open. You have a chenille pocket here with some fairy journaling cards. I love this little birdhouse. And then back here you have one of those pockets we made together. So in the front pocket you have a couple of these that we made on one of the videos. Whoops. And then one of those altered journaling cards goes there. Handmade paper tag. And then this is a tag from one of my Ideals magazines. So that tucks in there. And then we have that. This is a pocket made from a greeting card, and I've tucked in some goodies and a pretty little tag there for you. Let's get them back in there. Some of that beautiful paper Miss Debbie sent me. This is from my pink digital gratitude journal. So it'd be great for spring to use as a gratitude journal. Another greeting card pocket here. Actually, it's not a pocket. This is a pocket with one of my little quilted digital tags in it, but it folds open for extra journaling. That flips open. Greeting card pocket, and you have one of my altered envelopes in there made from book page, and then there's some goodies, vintage goodies in the altered envelope for you. Some of my painty paper, and you can tuck something up in there. And then from that children's bird book. So that is the end of that one. And you'll find this one in my Etsy shop. So hang on, and I'm going to switch out and bring the next one in. Okay, next we have this beautiful little journal, and I just have it tied with this gorgeous vintage lace. So we'll go ahead and untie it. Now this one, I kind of did the cover myself, so it's like a collaged cover. We have some stamping on there and some collages with the stamps, and then lots of beautiful lace. This is very delicate, sweet lace on the spine as well, and then on the back cover. And again, you have the stamping on the back cover. This is a hardcover journal. It measures 9 1/4 tall by 6 1/4 wide. So it's 9 1/4 this way, 6 1/4 this way. Okay. So we're going to just open up and flip through real quick. You got the pretty fabric spine. Here's one of those little pockets we made. So you have the little floral stamp-like piece in the front pocket, a journaling card there, a journaling card there, and then one of my tags from my quilted digital kit in my shop. Vintage, this is an Ideals book page, music, lined children's paper, or children's writing paper. You have one of those snippet roll pockets from my friend Sarah, Me and My Son Treasures. And then I've just stuffed it with some goodies for you. Tucked down into that pocket. Lots and lots of pages in these journals for you to play with, paint on, do mixed media, vintage playing card there. It's a little sticky note. Love, love, love the vintage workbook pages. Y'all know my love for those. And on this one, I put all the same color of the lace trim on the edges. Very, very pretty. Beautiful floral book pages. And then this is a gorgeous stationery envelope that I got at a thrift shop. And it has, if I can get it out, the matching stationery paper. Very, very pretty. Irises are one of my most favorite flowers, and this is good thick paper. It's not, you know, the thin stationery paper. It's kind of between regular copy paper and cardstock, so it's quite a bit thicker. This is a vintage magazine page, and I love having all the little ads and things in it. Floral book page. I love the strawberries. This was a Childcraft book page. This is the center of the first signature. This is a 2-signature journal. Love the strawberries. Lots of washi throughout these journals. Lots of stickers, post-it notes. Just different little, you know, decorative items. This is a little sack pocket that a sweet friend made for me. And oh goodness, I've got it stitched into the spine. Let me see if I can get it pulled. So a tag out of handmade paper. And then it's a pocket underneath. And so you have a couple of journaling cards with the little fairy in behind there. And then on the next page, you have a vintage postcard. How pretty is that? This one's from 1910. I tried to put lots of vintage things in these books. Beautiful floral book page. And this is a memo paper. So we're going to flip through the second part of the signature fairly quickly. We have alterations tag there to play with. Journaling card. He's so cute. And then this is beautiful, beautiful vintage stationery as well. And then you have the envelope that goes with it. Well, this is supposed to be inside this pocket. So you've got a couple of journaling cards inside the pocket, a guest check, and a flashcard to play with. Fabric flip. This is feed sack fabric here. And this is the beginning of the second signature. Pretty little card there. This is an Ideals magazine page. Vintage wallpaper. Workbook page. Children's book page. Bird book page. Beautiful, beautiful coffee dyed paper I got from my friend Debbie Long. Thank you so much, Debbie. Made a top tuck here. I just took some of my extra little napkin pieces and collaged them on an old book page, and just tucked you some vintage goodies in here to play with. Sears and Roebuck catalog page. Now this is a belly band, and I love this. You have this beautiful piece of stationery here. It's a vintage stationery page, and then you have this gorgeous, gorgeous page from like a botanical. And my sweet friend Eve sent it to me. It's in German. How cool is that? So I just thought that was super pretty to add in there. Love sharing stuff with y'all like that. Look at this gorgeous floral page. I have a little pocket tuck here. And this is a round playing card. How cool is that? And then I put you some vintage goodies in this pocket up here. I've glued them in apparently. Good grief. We get impatient and want to stuff our pockets before they're dry. So you have some of these little vintage Rolodex cards, a vintage playing card. Whoops. And then I made you a little booklet out of just some little memo paper for extra journaling. I love this. This is from an Ideals magazine too. Vintage wallpaper. Floral book page. This is another one with the ads from a vintage magazine. I just love those. Little tuck there. Children's writing paper, and this is the lines are raised. You get one of my altered envelopes. So front and back it's altered with the mixed media stuff. Another one of those big pages with the stamps. Coffee dyed, Kool-Aid dyed coffee filter. And this is a German greeting card, and I love, love, love the handwriting. Can't read it, but I love it. So I thought it would be super neat to add that in there. Those beautiful flowers. And then you have a chenille pocket here with a vintage message page and a vintage plain card, and then a little journaling card there. Stickers throughout. There's a vintage stationery tucked under that paper clip. Again, one of those magazine pages with the ads. This you can use as a tuck. This is a vintage greeting card, and I loved it with the little ducks. I'm not going to take it off, but it's just as pretty on the inside of it as it is on the outside. And it just reminded me of spring, so I wanted to add that in. Trying to hurry now. These are some Mary Engelbreit stickers that I've added in to the journal. Beautiful, beautiful pages. A little journaling card there. Again, more vintage wallpaper. And then this is some more vintage stationery that I've added in, and I loved the envelope, so I turned it backwards so you could see it on the back of the flap. So this one will be available in my shop once you see this video. And let me grab the last one. This one. I love, love, love this book. This might be one of my favorites. I don't know, they're all my favorites. But this I got, let me see where we are on our time. Okay, we're doing good. It's called Down a Garden Path by Carla Dornacher, and it had the most beautiful pages in it. And so I left the cover exactly like it is. It's beautiful embossed cover, and I just put the eyelet closures in there. And so you have this beautiful purple tie that's closing it up. Now let me see if I'm talented enough to figure out how to untie it. You just pull it, Diane. Oh, let me show you the back of the page. Here's the spine. You have the beautiful rosettes on the spine, and then that's the back of the book. How pretty is that? Okay, you have a 2-inch spine, and this book measures, it's 8 sideways. Okay, so it's 8 by 8. 8 by 8. Alright, and again, I didn't want to put a pocket inside because I thought that was too pretty. If you want to add a pocket, you go right ahead. Lots of laces, as you can see, throughout the journal. Tuck there. Beautiful full book pages. Vintage wallpaper. Ideals magazine paper or page. Leisure paper. Gorgeous little pocket here again that I just put some of my leftover napkins on. And then I put some good vintage goodies in here. There's a green stamp page. You have a journaling card. That is an old vintage page that I found where a lady had written notes on her roses. Another journaling card, and then a bridge scorecard. So I tried to add some good vintage items into these journals. I love this. This is from that Dick and Jane book, or maybe it was just a school reader that was like a Dick and Jane. Little book pages, ideals, coffee dyed. Again, Mary Engelbreit sticker there. Coffee filter that's Kool-Aid dyed. Good map book page from a children's book. This is a belly band here. Beautiful lace belly band. And this is a vintage card that I got in a vintage stationery set. There's some more of it in here. And then just like a little weekly goals. And I didn't notice it till after I put this in here. They spelled weekly wrong. Do y'all see that? It's wheelie. I thought that was funny. So. This is from an Ideals magazine as well. You have the little yo-yo there. Vintage workbook page. This is a pocket here with a guest check, a flashcard, and a sweet little journaling card there. Washi on the lined paper, vintage wallpaper. See, here's the other part of that stationery set that card came with, and this is the envelope that went with it. And I think there's another piece of the stationery in here somewhere too. Here are some of the original book pages. Oh, look how pretty this is. Is that gorgeous or what? I just had to leave these together in the book. Love, love, love this book. If I ever find another one, I will snatch it up. There's the center of your first signature. This one's 2 signatures as well. We have a little card tucked there. And then look at this. This is one of the original book pages. Isn't that gorgeous? How pretty is that? And then that's the other side of it. So very pretty. Again, those magazine ads. I love those. Floral book page. Chenille pocket here. You have vintage playing card. Little greeting card there. And then a beautiful little journaling card inside there. Lined paper with washi. Here's another one of those fold over pockets. I'm not going to take it off because you've seen, you know, but it has the lined paper on the inside. I stuffed it with vintage goodies. You've got another green stamp card. This is a German label that my sweet friend Eve sent me. Just beautiful. And then another one of those really cool round playing cards. And that sweet little vintage playing card there. And then on the other side you have some vintage goodies as well. And this is a playing card that has a sweet little quote. I'm trying to hurry so we don't take up too much time. Tucked there with a large journaling card. Deals magazine page. Here's another one of those pockets that's just stuffed with goodies. You have this is a vintage stamp, and then a little vintage seed pack. How cute is this? Like a little mini seed pack pocket there. Vintage playing card, journaling card. This is just a little booklet that I made with some memo paper, and then another little extra journaling piece back there. Little vintage Quizmo card. Little fairy journaling card there. Wallpaper. You can use that as a tuck. And then a belly band here with some of that beautiful iris, very thick stationery tucked in there. Look at that pretty floral book page. And the second signature starts. So this is a pocket here, and I just made a little fold out booklet there for you to journal in. You have a little tag there, and then this tag folds open for extra journaling. And then this is just an extra little, this folds open for extra journaling as well, or you can cut it up and decorate in your journal with it, whichever you prefer, if I can get it back in the pocket. I love this little book page. This is from an Ideals magazine too. Vintage wallpaper, vintage book page, vintage lines paper, Mary Engelbright stickers. Got those from Brooke at Recreations by Brooke, y'all. So y'all go check them out if you love those. And you have a beautiful little altered paper clip there that I put some lined memo paper on the back. Another little tag there with a tab on it. Another one of my pockets, my snippet pockets from Miss Sarah. And then a couple of goodies in that pocket. This is a vintage card that they used to use in school to teach kids how to tell time. Beautiful floral book pages. I love these. Another one of my altered envelopes with the mixed media. This is just a fold over tag, so it folds over both sides of that page. Here is some more of the original book pages from this book. How pretty is that? And I reinforced the spine of that, and then this is the center of your journal, the second signature. And then you have this one here, which was like the back leaf page. Little tuck there with a vintage playing card. Mary Englebright sticker there. Little tuck there with a scripture and a journaling card. Beautiful floral book pages. Mary Englebright stickers. And of course my schematics, because I love those. This is one of those pockets that we did from old book pages. So it's a pocket in behind. You have a tag there. And then in the top pocket you have a large size journaling card and one of those pretty plain cards, and then one of those little journaling cards that we recreated on video. And then in the bottom pocket you have another one of those plain cards and another one of those journaling cards that we recreated. And that's just a little strip of lined paper for extra journaling. You have the little cluster there at the top. A piece of that gorgeous vintage stationery and a vintage playing card. Little tuck there. Kool-Aid dyed coffee filter. Another one of my mixed media envelopes. These books are stuffed, y'all. And then here's one of those pockets that we did on video. And in the back, I put you a couple of pages from a vintage little Three Little Kittens book, because that was my favorite story growing up. A little journaling card tucked in behind. And then inside, I have stuffed it inside. Okay, so inside you have a scripture card, a little greeting card, one of my handmade paper tags. This is a little pocket, a little journaling card, and then a vintage bridge scorecard there. All right, now let me see if I can figure out how to tuck all this back in here. This might take me just a second, but it's okay. All right, we might get it pretty quickly. I spoke too soon, didn't I? There we go. Vintage wallpaper. Other side of the Ideals book page, and then some of these little sticky notes, and there's a couple on each little stack. And that is the end of that journal. So you'll find all of these journals in my Etsy shop once you see this video. So run over and grab them while you can. Thank y'all so much for watching and for being patient with my long videos. I really appreciate it. I just put so much in these books, it's hard to not make long videos and show you everything. So there's lots and lots of details in them that I didn't get to show you, so you'll have to grab them to see all the goodness that is therein. So thank y'all so much for watching. I hope y'all have a great day. Leave any comments or questions that you have in the comment box below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for me if you wouldn't mind. Hope y'all have a great day. Big hugs.